Hello friends, I am Rashmi Singh and welcome to my channel Unraveling Science. होप आप सबको मेरा चैनल पसंद आ रहा होगा। आप सबके लिए एक गुड न्यूज़ लाई हूँ कि अब मेरे चैनल पे क्लास 9th और क्लास 10th के कंप्लीट वीडियो कोर्सेज विद ऑल द चैप्टर्स एंड द सॉल्यूशंस आर अवेलेबल, सो you can go and check in their corresponding playlist and stay tuned for more of my videos. Thank you for all your support and please do not forget to share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.
Today's topic is Force and Pressure, Class 8, Chapter 8. Force. Force is an action applied to an object that can alter its state of rest or change its motion. A push or a pull acting on some object is called force. The SI unit of force is Newton. Effects of forces. When two objects interact with each other, a force is exerted between them. Forces are always exerted by one object on another object, that is, to apply force, at least two objects are required. Effect of force depend on both magnitude and the direction. Force can bring a change in the state of motion of an object, like moving a stationary object, or force can either accelerate or decelerate a moving object, like changing the direction of ball. A force can alter the direction of the moving object. Forces can change the shape of an object. When two forces act in the same direction, the net resultant force on the object is the sum of these forces. That is, resultant force is equals to force 1 plus force 2. When two forces act in opposite direction, the net resultant force on an object is the difference of these forces. That is, resultant force is equals to F1 minus F2. When two forces of equal magnitude are applied in opposite direction, the net force acting on it will be 0. The side from which force of higher magnitude is applied, the object moves towards that side. Types of forces. Forces are of two types: contact forces and non-contact forces. These kinds of forces are applied only when two or more objects come in contact with each other. Example: muscular and frictional force. Non-contact forces are the kind of forces that are applied only when objects do not come in contact with each other and yet are exerting a force upon each other. Example is magnetic and gravitational force and electrostatic force. Contact forces. First, muscular force. The force that come into play because of the action of the muscles is called muscular force. Examples are running, lifting objects, pushing objects, throwing objects, etc. Frictional force. It is the force that is exerted by the surface over an object whenever the object moves on the surface. Frictional force always acts in opposite direction of the motion of the object. As you can see here, frictional force lead to the wear and tear of the surface of an object that comes in contact with each other. For example, sole of shoes often get worn out due to friction. When we rub our hands together, heat is produced as a result of friction between our hands. Non-contact forces. Magnetic force. The force of it exerted by any magnetic object is called magnetic force. We know that like poles always repel each other and unlike magnetic poles attract each other. Electrostatic force. A force that is exerted by the charged body on another charged body or uncharged body is termed as electrostatic force. Just like magnets, same charges repel each other and unlike charges attract each other. As you can see here, if we bring two straws rubbed with paper, that is both are charged, near each other, it will repel each other. But when we bring a charged straw and an uncharged straw near each other, they will attract each other. Gravitational force. It is an attractive force that is applied by the earth on all objects. It is also called the force of gravity. Gravity is the property exhibited by every object present in the universe. Not only the earth but all the planets, moon and even the sun has its own gravitational force. Pressure. Not only the magnitude of the force but the area on which it acts also affect the changes it may bring upon an object. So the force acting upon per unit area is known as pressure. Hence, the pressure exerted by an object depends upon its surface area. If the surface is small, the amount of pressure applied is large and vice versa. The SI unit of pressure is Pascal or Newton per meter square. When a needle has a pointed end that has very small surface area, hence when a large force is exerted upon the needle with hammer, the pressure on the needle increases and it moves easily into the wood. Similarly, shoulder bags always have broad straps rather than thin straps in order to minimize the pressure that would be exerted on the shoulder of the carrier due to gravitational force acting upon the bag. Tools that are used for cutting and piercing always have sharp edges because when a person applies force on the tool, its sharp edges would exert more pressure due to less surface area and the object or the wood can be easily cut down. Similarly, the two tires of the tractor are wider because it minimizes the pressure exerted by the tractor on the ground. As a result, it becomes easier to move the tractor on the muddy field. Camels can walk easily over the sand because it has wide feet which allows them to walk on sand easily. Human beings on the other hand cannot walk easily on the sand as their feet have less surface area and therefore our feet sink in the sand. The pressure exerted by liquid and gases. Liquid exerts pressure on the wall of the container in which they are put in. The pressure that a liquid exerts on the container is dependent upon the height of the liquid in that container. So as you can see here, when the pressure increases with the depth of the water in the container, pressure is highest at the bottom of the container and lowest at the top. Liquid exert equal pressure on different points of the wall of the container having same depth. Similarly, gases also exert pressure on the walls of the container. Smaller the space, greater will be the pressure on the walls of the container. Atmospheric pressure. A layer of gases is present around the Earth's surface. The air present in the atmosphere exerts a pressure on Earth which is called atmospheric pressure. The value of atmospheric pressure at the sea level is 101,325 Pascal. The atmospheric pressure keeps on increasing as we move towards the Earth's surface. The amount of atmospheric pressure upon us is quite large due to large surface area of the atmosphere around Earth, but we do not experience any of its effect because the pressure of the air inside our body is equal to the atmospheric pressure. There are also fluids present in our body that exert pressure inside our body. Hence, the body easily obtained balance with the atmospheric pressure. At higher altitudes where the atmospheric pressure is low as compared to that of the Earth's surface or low altitudes, Nosebleed occurs because at that time the blood pressure in our body becomes higher than the atmospheric pressure outside us. So here you can see at the top of the mountain there is lower pressure, low molecules, and at the bottom we have high pressure because of the high number of molecules. Thanks for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon.